everybody, welcome to another Whiskey Mystery. I'm Phil, and today's blind tasting brought to you by Deepa. Oh, you picked this one. Oh, actually, that's right. We've got We Want Freedom, and I think Falsgraf as well got it as well. But Deepa had actually picked the bottle out. So, we have drunk almost all of this. There is not much left. So, oh, I fell over running this morning. Luckily, I managed to roll out of it. So no injuries, just a little scuff. Haven't fallen over for a long time. Anyway, what are we doing? I'm pumping up the viscometer over here because as part of understanding this whiskey, we also want to understand the viscosity. For the next 12 minutes, we are going to be blind tasting this whiskey. We're going to nose it, taste it. If it's a good one, it will make it onto one of our 3 shelves. The lowest thing on the shelf is Bowmore 18. That's how good the shelves are. I don't think we're getting into Brora levels though, are we? Now, pretty pale, looking at it over there. We did taste it yesterday, as we normally do. We do our homework. In fact, I think Deepa got very excited coming back from the climbing gym yesterday. You went, oh great, it's homework. Whiskey homework. Yesterday's glass then. Oh, quite vanilla today. No? Maybe it's my glass.
Vanilla.
Vanilla powder. So common with ex-bourbon. Or maybe some refill. Very old sherry barrel. Falsgraf, did you drink so much because you liked it so much or because it was so difficult to analyse? Actually, a bit of both, Falsgraf. Those are good points. So gentle overall. Oh, I'm missing a glass. Okay, let's pour. See what we get. Let me move you in a bit. I'll fit better in the picture. Bubbles. How are the bubbles? Not too bad. I almost emptied the bottle. Okay, the bubbles are hanging around actually. So let's look at today's bubbles. And what should we compare that to? Let's start with 48. It's obviously more than 46 because the bubbles are holding. Probably higher than 48. 50 maybe. Pretty similar, isn't it, to 50? Because once we, oh yeah, 50 really do give some long bubble action. Still going. Just to compare, here's 56, and 56 does tend to boil off a little bit faster. And the bubbles are a little bit bigger. So probably closer to 50 than anything else. Could be. Could be.
56. That's about 55.
So probably low 50s. 50 to 55-ish. Maybe. Somewhere around that. Bubbles are quite fine. Well, very pale. Very pale. No sense of sherry from the colour. What about on the nose? Anything sherry?
Yes.
Oh. Yes? I thought that we didn't get any sherry yesterday.
Yes.
I've got one.
But that's of lemon.
Yeah, so I get more lemony vanilla. Oh.
There's something grassy.
Something grassy. Fine detail. It's like everything's finely chopped in this one. I'm just watching the viscometer. And I was slightly late on the start button. So probably 45, 46. Okay, so not super high. 108%. So just a shade on the higher side of average. 108% viscosity compared to vodka.
It's dry mint.
Oh.
Mint.
That's lovely though, isn't it?
But very detailed. So
Very
fine
detailed.
that I forgot to
So this gets back to Falsgraff's point. Did we drink a lot because we couldn't understand it or because we enjoyed it? And this is what happened yesterday. We couldn't really pinpoint flavours, but
maybe that's so darkly indicate.
slightly green, like pine needly, slightly sort of melon, lemon, vanilla. I'm not getting anything heavy like red fruit though, or plums or nuts. So I don't, and the colour doesn't suggest sherry. So it would have to be something very, very refill if there was any sherry. Not that we haven't had that before.
Or it could be like 80% is Ex-Bourbon, 10-20%.
But look at the colour.
Okay, the 10% is sherry.
It would still need to be refill, I think. Slightly icing sugar.
A coconut sugar.
Coconut. But everything is tiny and fine details. I'm going to bring the picture up early, I think, today. Because it doesn't look like much. I need to be able to zoom in. Because when you zoom in, that's where it's kind of a fractal. Where you zoom in and there's more and more detail in there.
And beautiful eggs.
I'm waiting to see if there's anything peaty that develops. Okay, let's leave this one aside for a minute. We might need to drink this because
It's so fresh.
fresh.
Fresh barley.
Oh yeah, that is quite barley sugar on the full glass. Now by fresh you think it's young then?
Yes.
Do you? I was setting Deepa up to say no.
Fresh could be, yeah, it's possible.
It could be, but I don't think it's young.
You got it.
Because there's too much detail for young. We haven't even tasted it yet.
That's fine.
This is more pine needles. And this is more honey rich on the full glass.
You got it.
Yeah, honey and eucalyptus.
And stuff, toasted licorice.
Toasted licorice.
Coconut sugar.
Peathead. Is there an East Highland in the list? Let's bring the list up early. I always forget it, don't I? List. It's probably going to be a little further down than that though, isn't it? Let me scroll down a little bit. Because the ABV is going to be more like in that dark blue. See where there's only 40 left, so there really aren't that many, are there? I'm trying not to look at the list just yet. You have a look at it.
Grassy, barley, but I mean,
The more I nose it, the more I want to keep nosing it. But we really need to drink something.
wow.
Let's see.
It's almost like when you move a bit side that you get fresh.
Yeah, when you move it a
Flavours.
bit, you suddenly get another round of flavours. Okay, what about with water?
Very alive.
Slightly more sour off notes with the
mushroomy,
water.
mushroomy.
A bit more, yeah, mushroomy compared to the full.
Oh, it's becoming a smoky mushroom.
Oh,
It's free.
and that was quite a lot of water. You don't think much is happening at first, and then it just unravels and
Very
unravels, and it's
fine.
still doing it. And I can't really tell you what I'm experiencing. It's just that it has all the details. What is that?
Of that coconut sugar, mushroom, grassy, barley, lemony, mint.
Yeah, everything. It's got everything. Doesn't have heavy flavor. It's still going with that watered version. Slightly beer now. Slightly like a beer.
Very
flavour.
lingering.
Lingering magic. What do we call it? Oh yeah, magical mystery tour. Because we've talked about magic in whiskey before. Now you'll get a bold whiskey like Bowmore 18 probably isn't the best example, but something bold, you know, heavy sherry, heavy smoke. bold, obvious flavours, but we said there wasn't any magic in Bowmore. You start to get Bowmore, I think, in things like the Glentockers, like old Ex-Bourbon. This one is almost 100% magic, but no flavours, if that makes sense. Because you can't say, oh, it's obviously sweet or sherry or peat, or you're not getting anything obvious, but everything that it has is the magic. I haven't even tasted full power. Go on, you go first. Check the deepest face-ometer to see if it holds up to this. How strong?
Exactly the same. Oh wow! You cannot separate the flavors. Everything at the same time. Emily, mushroom, grassy, barley, minty. At the same time.
Wow!
I keep going. Oh, the second half very good today.
Every time I think I'm about to say something, I'm interrupted by it doing more things. It is a magical mystery tour. If there's any peat in it, it's fully integrated and kind of invisible, but that could be that mushroomy thing.
I don't know if they was so sweet or savoury.
Oh, I would say it's on the sweet side. I definitely get an undercurrent of sort of icing sugar going on there. But it's not like a cake, though. It's magical mystery cake. It's all of the tiny details. In fact, when we had Clynelish 14 for the first time, just checking the time, I remember it having a similar kind of experience. Not that strong, though.
No, I was around 50.
Yeah, possibly low 50s. What are people saying? Is it a worm tub? Could be peated. Could be something like that. A worm tub kind of dirtiness. Oh. I haven't even looked at the guesses. Let's do another taste. I don't think we've even tried that much. How can I identify this?
It's almost summery light.
Yeah. It's slightly white wine and mushrooms on the nose.
But that's honey, lemony, minty.
Yeah, lemon honey, arrival, minty pine needles, fine sparkles now. Oh, shut up, timer. Honey, it's not pepper, but there's a spiciness coming more like from herbs. What kind of green herbs do you get?
Lemon thyme.
Lemon thyme, that kind of thing. Slightly more earthy now, but everything is up light and floating in the clouds.
Finish.
This is why we drank it all yesterday.
It's very light, but it's not watery. It's at its own form. Texture is oily, actually oily. Texture.
This is one of those whiskies that every sip, it's like it's layering on top of the previous sip, and it's just getting better and better. This is... Yeah, where's my trophy? We haven't had trophies out for a long time. This is like almost perfect whiskey for me, I think.
Why almost?
Well, because there might be a more perfect one, and we're going to compare. It's so full of tiny magical details that are unexpected.
And I will not put in higher ABV. I don't put anything to get into play. It's that ABV.
Yeah, ABV is good as well, but it's stronger than 46. Better or worse? This is a 46% whiskey, so it will obviously feel a bit lower by comparison now. But this is good as well.
It's free, but this is way better. I like it. It's more peppery.
Quite similar experience in that it's subtle with details, but it only has about half of the duration.
It's about shot actually on the years.
So we're saying this is better.
Yes.
That's a Clynelish That is 19-year-old Wemyss Clynelish from 1997. Now, this was only $127, but we've just said we're going top 10.
It's good. Finish, but it's more.
Okay. Better or worse?
Very similar. But I prefer this.
Hang on.
It is slightly soccer ABV.
Stronger than the previous example. This is long finish as well.
Yes, it's good.
Slightly more spicy. I would say.
But it's slightly more deserving.
I would say. It doesn't quite have as much magic.
Because?
I don't know. I don't know what the magic is. Let's go back. Better or worse?
Well,
it's important. Better or worse?
But I got a bit deserved. But I feel good.
It's more delicate by comparison.
It's also slightly sweeter.
Is it better or worse?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Not give me any more bite. You're making me about. Tell me what it is.
Just taste it, better or worse. By the way, that was 48.8%. Seems similar. Sorry, I'm ignoring the chat because we are totally engrossed in the whiskey here. Let's see. How much is the Ben Nevis? 52.7.
I love it. It's very bold. It must be. Can I say it must be that one? It's fantastic.
See now.
It's opposite. It's very winter, autumn.
This starts to have more bolder, obvious flavors. But
the second half, the finish.
It doesn't have as much of the magic details that this had from my memory. Now we're going to this was 53%. Okay, so it's been run over by this one a bit now. So I'm not getting as much enjoyment out of this now.
When I came after this,
yeah,
because it's so bold, it's very delicate.
But I think
together.
I think also the ABV is lower. This is Ben Nevis.
And I thought so. I knew the Ben Nevis.
23-year sherry at 53%. If I had to pick one whiskey forever, I would pick this one.
Because I probably split the old first, second, I finish. Ben Nevis, the second half, it dipped a bit, and then get back up.
Oh, the cork's kind of loose. Hang on.
What's that? Is that number one?
It's Brora. We're doing a Brora comparison. I better sip first.
It's a 48.6.
48.6. Oh, much more obviously peated now. Coming to this.
More mushroomy.
It's malty toasted.
Oh, even the Ex-Bourbon.
More
but more Ex-Bourbon, more sherry.
Okay.
Doesn't have any sherry in it.
I'm going in. Let me concentrate. It's Brora 38. Oh my God, that's good. There's a lot of magic in that. It's quite mushroomy as well, isn't it?
It's very fine, peppery.
Wow.
But very nice.
There's a lot of magic in the mix of that Brora. Okay.
But this one, you get more bitterness in a nice way. this one doesn't have any bitterness. Say the word bitterness for me.
Bitterness, yeah. Today's is damn good.
Very easy to drink. But this one I'm a bit too nervous because of the price. No, it's actually thinner. So it's 48%. Then it must be lower ABV.
I can't push Brora off the number one spot. It's too good. It's got all the magic and it's got bolder flavours.
Canada.
We do have Rosebank here as well.
I'm going to finish the Brora.
You finished the Brora. Okay, why not? We're in top 10 mode. I thought the Rosebank wouldn't be a fair comparison. Or, I mean, not a fair. Wouldn't be a similar comparison, but that's what we got left.
Yeah.
These do have gas in, by the way.
It's weaker today, but so much today. But if you know about bitterness, then go for this.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure the finish
well.
of Brora.
Okay.
Oh, but the ABV goes back.
54, but it's very gentle for a 54. I'm saying the I'll put it up there just so we know.
Oh, that free roast back is good. Wow.
I want to put today's in number 2 position. Agreed? Right. What can it be? I better go to the chat because I've been ignoring it and people have probably been screaming things. Right, let me go back up a little bit. Petehead, is it wormed up? Right, we got that one. What are people?
It's a wormed up.
It could be. Let's see. 22-year-old SMWL Ardmore that's very mushroomy. Sheldon. Oh, hi, Sheldon. This is only, like everything we said is in tiny, tiny detail. It's like a painting that you don't think's much going on. And when you get in close, there's these tiny
and all happening at the same time.
Brogladi Boutique 15. Wow, Whiskey Finn. Imagine if that was top 2. It could be.
But
Dalmore, Bolstra.
It's old. Above 18.
It's got to be old. Wormtub, then it could be Ben Nevis, Petehead. That's true. We do have a Ben Nevis in the mix, don't we? Do you feel it's an old whiskey then? I do, Greg.
Oh yes, it's old. We got after finish.
Springbank Local Barley, Belgravia. Ooh, if the ABV's high enough, it could be that. Drink water in between. That's. I think we're too late, Greg. It does. That's true. It does influence.
Why is it water in between?
Because when we tried the Ben Nevis sherry, it would have been good to have had water to sort of try and clear it.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Better than Brora? Not quite. Right. A second in the glass for every year in the cask. I don't think we even made it to 38 seconds, did we? Clynelish 22. Oh. Right, okay, we better get to it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It could be Clynelish 22-year-old at that's all there is left. 56.3%.
No, you can have me the eye.
It could be Tormore, a 30-year-old ex-bourbon Tormore. This is a sherry butt, but I know it's very pale. 55.8%.
That's so eye. ABV.
What about a 23-year Ben Nevis, which is ex-bourbon, 50.4%?
Oh, yes.
That's possible. What about... Hey, I've just realised this is the same can that we use for putting names in. Springbank, 21-year-old, I think it is, ex-bourbon, independent bottle,
ABV.
49.7. It could be that as well. Is it possible that it's an ex-bourbon Highland Park?
Possible.
54%. We have an independent ex-bourbon Bruichladdich at 19 years and 53%. And then we also have this independent Bruichladdich at 52.2. I don't think it's 15 years though. I think it's older. 18.
No,
It could be the 19.
But
I don't think it's as strong as 56%.
it's more. It's good. It's sweeter.
It could be this, but the 55.8% would need to taste quite soft. I think we're in these three. 53%, about 50, and about 50.
But pick it up. You got it. The berry. You got it.
Well, is it Springbank? I was looking at another comparison. Trains are. Oh, the chat's still up. Trains are. Thank you very much. Your name will be going into the hat while I pour a Springbank 21. Single cask. Could be ex-bourbon. Who knows? Let's see. Could it be? Well,
that actually sucks. Maybe more sherry in it.
It doesn't have as much magic, does it?
No, but it has more sherry.
There were little hints of the magic. If it's this one, we have tasted it before. In fact, it's the most tasted blind whiskey we have, because we had it in a lineup with a bunch of other Springbank 21s, and Deepa actually picked it as first place. No, not that one. Thanks, your name is in the hat. You know, we need to do a drawing. We haven't done one. I'm out of touch. That slight dirtiness could be Ben Nevis as well.
You got it. You got it. Actually, we Springbank.
We're going Springbank.
Yes. Now, if we are wrong, then which one?
If we're wrong, we're never wrong, Deepa. What are you talking about? In 1991, we had this when we did the lineup of 21s, and you actually picked this as your favourite. For me, I actually picked the port one as my favourite, but it's no longer available if it is this one. Okay.
No, before you reveal this.
Richard Jones, scroll back to see my gift. Hang on, Richard. How far back do I need to scroll? I hope you've tagged it orange. Richard Jones got a beautiful Isla gift yesterday. What was it? Richard, what was it? I can't. Bowmore number 1. Ooh. Fantastic. I bet that's good. Send some over. We'll confirm for you. Good thing about the chat, with the chat up, it's see-through. Yes. If you could make the bottle list see-through, might be helpful. Yeah. But for the last 40, forget about it. Exactly, Falscraft. Greg, I will struggle to do that exercise in my channel as bottles are all over the place. Some hard to unbury. Yes. Okay, Deepak, all your notes. You did write bear barley, lemony shortbread, eucalyptus ice cream. It's got to be. Come on. Are we ready for the reveal? I think we are, because we are 30 minutes in.
Don't try. If it's not this.
It's not left. Might cry anyway. ABV.
Oh, sure.
No, 50 could be a... Because sometimes I round it up. So that's good. 50 it is. Age. Oh, hang on. 23.
Wow. Wow.
We paid $270 for it. It is a Highland, and it is from Ben Nevis. And we got it wrong. We got it half right. Okay, we'll have a little bit of fireworks. Who got the Ben Nevis?
Wow,
That is fantastic.
Give me back that more.
Probably not. Ben Nevis, 23, ex-Bourbon, single cask nation.
Can you say this?
Somehow you're obsessed with me talking about what's on the label, and I don't like to read the label.
It's interesting, especially the craft.
Let's see.
Yeah.
We bought it at the whiskey shop. There's a lot left in the bottle.
Oh,
It's not going on the sharing list, is it?
sorry.
We bought this in December 2020 for $270. That works out at $9.3 per year. If you normalize to 40 ABV. Oh, looks like we've lost the camera.
How many years ago? 2 years ago.
The camera has stalled. Let's try this. It's probably not going to be in focus. Can you see a little bit? Distilled at Ben Nevis Distillery, aged 23 years, in second fill bourbon hogshead, so no sherry. Distilled in November 1996, so I think all these Ben Nevises seem to come from 1996. Bottled in 2019, one of 209 bottles, 50.4 ABV. So we were really close. Okay, the nose, rich warming with notes of warm spiced honey and candied orange peel. Note the dense and oily texture across the tongue as the whiskey delivers flavors of hazelnuts, chocolate biscuits, spiced pears, that's probably the closest I would go, apple cake, fair enough. Finishes long with delicate sandalwood spice. Yes.
I'm not really, but the note is not that good. But him better say.
Oh, Deepa
got dirty.
Deepa has written lemon zest, dirty, Ben Nevis, question mark. There you go. Well, I thought you were going to go for it.
No, we got eucalyptus.
And then you said eucalyptus. Quality control. How many seconds in the glass do we need to leave it? Oh. I'm so relieved that wasn't a 200ml sample.
How much?
Does it taste the same? Oh, maybe you can find it. Typically, single cask nation bottles will be bottled for, different regions, and of course, it's only one of how many? 209. And if we bought it a couple of years ago.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there are some bits floating around in there. Does it? It's just a bit of barrel char. Does it taste the same?
No, I prefer today's. Mini, it's a bit harsh. Today's.
Well, this is today's. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I'm saying from the practice.
It seems more concentrated in the bottle. Now, of course, this has probably only been opened once. December 2020. Oh!
I prefer...
I've just realised.
Ben Nevis.
2 and 3 on the shelf is Ben Nevis.
Oh!
Brora, Ben Nevis. Ex-Bourbon, beating sherry. It's going to be up here. Is it Ben Nevisy? Anyone who likes sherry would prefer that one.
More funny now.
No, that's the sherry one.
That's
Sheldon. Very generous. Sheldon's our most recent Patreon as well. So that means your name will be in both hats. Sheldon, thank you very much. What a great whiskey. What a great tasting. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed.
I prefer today's.
I know.
The third place.
Yeah, I know, Deepa. We've already done that bit.
You want to save it, put it back.
Yeah, let me save it.
Get out the back.
Oh, that's damn good as well. Jason Coates, if you see this, I'm sorry for pumping the Ben Nevis name here so much. Did anyone get it? I'm sure someone did. Let's go to the chat and find out, because there's nothing left in there. I'm so relieved that this is a fresh bottle, that we actually have this much left.
That's it.
Yeah, we have one bottle.
Oh, but more.
No, we have one. Right. Whisky 101. You see, based on Deepa's face, was obvious. Going Ben Nevis. Yeah. You got a lot left. Exactly, Falstra. That's exactly it. The magical 1996 Ben Nevis vintage Whisky Fin. And my understanding of this is, and this is probably from Jason Coates telling us, when Nika bought Ben Nevis, because we think there's Ben Nevis in Nika from the Barrel, right? That's a common thought. Suntory, who are obviously rivals of Nika in Japan, I think sold off a lot of their Ben Nevis casks at that point. And so...
In 1995.
Yeah, 96. So you see a lot of these 1996 independent bottle Ben Nevis. Well, not so much anymore. But I think that's the story, that somehow these came onto the market from Suntory because of the rivalry between Nika and Suntory. I think.
And where do you think it was? In the Barrel?
No idea. Where was it hosted? I mean, Single Cask Nation, I don't think are a big enough company to be maturing their own whiskey. So who knows where they bought it from and where it had been matured. Maybe it had been sitting at Ben Nevis for all of those years.
Because it really become much smoke apart from mushroomy.
Well, there's no smoke. It's not peated.
It was more mushroomy.
There can be peated Ben Nevis. We have one from the Ralphie bottle, which is only a 4-year. This particular Ben Nevis, it's dirt. Does Ben Nevis have worm tubs?
I don't know. You want me to get...
No, we'll see if someone answers. I've never connected well to Ben Nevis, Whisky 101. I need to investigate much more, it seems.
But I am a fan of Ben Nevis.
Yeah, we are, apparently. Gigi! Did you get it, Gigi? Congratulations, Gigi. Richard Jones found a spectacular deal being sold off. Is where it came from, are no longer selling it once stocks are gone. Ah, that's where you got the Bowmore from? Very nice. Good thing I was so enthralled with the video and the weather that I started my dram only now. I can appreciate elderflower and honey the more in my Tomatin 15. Very nice, false graph. Gave it some time in the glass. GG, you sniped it. Well done. Greg, this is true that some distilleries have some dreamy distilling years, at least for some of their early batches, yearly batches. So good to know it seems that 1996 is a good year for them. Oh, 1984 also. I don't know if in 1996 is a good year necessarily. I think it's just a year where a lot of these independent bottles are available. Because I know the other... Where is it? This Single Malts of Scotland is also 1996.
Wow.
We had another Ben Nevis, the 18-year, I'm pretty sure was 1996 as well.
And it happened up on in the first 24 bottles.
Yeah, so I think it's more to do with the logistics of what happened at that time. Ben Nevis uses shell and tube condensers. Ah. Middle shelf next to the Arran. Middle shelf next to the Arran. You want the front, Gigi? Let's go one row back.
It's a dim shelf.
Let's go here. How about this one? Ben Nevis does not have worm tubs, but has a dirtiness that tastes like they have worm tubs. That's right, Peter. The taste is there.
Yes.
But shell and tube. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, and they use Dunnage Warehouse, so maybe it's more Dunnage than
that's what I thought, because it's dirty.
Dirty.
Ben Nevis.
Dirty Ben Nevis. You should have stuck with it.
Not necessarily because you got the best. I got really got something minty.
Yeah. Right. I feel
Damn it.
a little bit. Let's move this one out of the way. I feel a little bit sad for this one because
What do you be sad about?
Because it's going to follow a number 2 bottle.
That's okay. It's worth it.
I'm saying though, are we going to be impressed with this one? What is the magic factor of bottle 267? What are some of the lesser bottles we still have? I'm looking around, they all look pretty good. Off the top of my head, I'm seeing Lime Burners, not off the top of my head, off the top of my eyes. Lime Burners, Macallan, Highland Park 18, Loch Lomond 18, Annock 24, Springbank 25, Laddie 22, Ardbeg, Trevan, Abal Blair, Deanston 15. I mean, there's so many good bottles still left on the list. Here we go. I won't do the close-up because apparently the camera disconnected, so I guess we'll just do it here. I could do semi-close-up. We know it's not a bourbon.
More sherry.
Looks like it could be more sherry. What do you think? Oh. It's certainly darker. The bubbles are hanging around though. Are we ready for the deeper cam? Still smiling. I don't think it's going into the number 2 position based on that face. Let's see. Oh, quite a punch. Caught me by surprise there. Look, we've kind of hit the sweet spot with today's. That is not a bad whiskey by comparison.
But was it not bad?
That is not a bad whiskey.
Not bad, but the second half.
So, Sunday, GG.
I am here. I am not going.
That's right.
Okay.
Deepest trip is postponed, so we're still on target for our normal schedule. Bottle number 267 on Sunday. I'm most happy when I look at this full bottle.
I'm happy about that.
I bet there's no more in existence out there. I will.
Gonna be short up of this pretty nice bit.
We can't really show a close-up because the camera's disconnected for some reason. I could try one more time. No, it won't. It will. It's Is there any information you're supposed to know? Bourbon Hogshead, cask number 1839. Well done, Single Cask Nation. Imported by Impex Beverages. South San Francisco.
Wow. We live here.
We live a couple of miles from South San Francisco in Brisbane. I didn't realise it was quite so local. Right.
So, Anna, you saw this? Okay, fine.
Let's have a quick read through the comments. Almost a wine port colour. Could be. You never know. Volsgraf, and there I was thinking you were 5 years younger than me, but you were 5 years older. GG. You're having an age competition out there. Alpha Crown, what I heard about the story of 90s Ben Nevis cask was after Nika took over Ben Nevis, they told Ben Nevis they need to keep themselves alive on their own. That's why Ben Nevis released a lot of casks to brokers for cash. That makes a bit more sense. So financially, they kind of said, Right, you're on your own, and they had to sell some to keep the lights on.
I think at the moment.
I don't know. I don't know what their situation is. Whiskey Finn. It may also be that Ben Nevis filled some excellent casks back in '96. As said on the label of one of the independent bottlers of Ben Nevis, one can never have enough Ben Nevis in his cabinet. Yeah.
That's me.
Greg. I tried great stuff from that year. Gigi. I feel privileged for some. I would never be able to be the same today. Wow.
Wow.
Karuizawa, 1967, 41-year-old.
You were born in 1987.
That's true. That would be a birth year bottle for me. How's the price on that, Greg? High ABV. Pretty high.
What's fun? You mean?
Peterhead. Let's see. Thanks again for another fun session. And Slan Shema for to all. Yes, to everyone. See you on Sunday. It's Glendronach 21. Let's move on. Maybe not. Could be. Could be.
After this, sir.
I think it's stronger than 48. Savour it. Appreciate it. Have fun. Thanks, Falscraft. Sounds like a real unicorn. Always happy to... that was from Greg. Renee. Always, as always, very enjoyable to listen to you two. Well, thank you very much. So we'll keep this one for next week so we don't drink it all. And thanks everyone for watching.
From the MD Butters.
I can't believe we ran the marathon at Fort William and never visited the Ben Nevis distillery. It was just before we engaged in whiskey. We did have Ben Nevis whiskey at the end of the marathon though. But we never went there. We were literally round the corner from the distillery. We never visited. Shame on us. Just probably 45,000 euros here, Greg. Oh, good. Let's get a couple. It's like our whole whiskey budget for a lifetime. Alpha Crown. That's around 90s to early 2000. Now Nika changed their policy that no longer releasing casks. Right, so we might not even get them. And 5 years ago, Ben Nevis needed to be buying casks back from the brokers to bottle their official 10-year-old. What a turnaround. Richard Jones. Seems such a lovely couple. Thank you very much. Wow, 239 when it was out in 2011. Do you want some more Ben Nevis? I think this is Ben Nevis. Is that Ben Nevis? I think they're both Ben Nevis.
Okay.
Cheers. See you all on Sunday.